So,
You single?
no. I saw your asshole, but I didn't see you in drag.
Tell me something new. Hi and welcome back to the channel of Taimi app and my show On Air with Ocean. Today's episode 5 and I'm having a guest. I love him. He's a friend of mine and he is wonderful. His name is Leon.
Hi.
Hi. Leon, so wonderful to have you here.
Wonderful to be here. Thank you.
Oh, wow. Today we want to talk a little bit about the topic sex work. But first of all, we want to show you how we get to know each other. Our intentions to meet were a little bit different because I wanted to go on a date and be the romantic person I am. And Leon!
I wanted to see your genitals, to put it politely. I think my coworker dated you or went on a couple of dates with you, and they told me that you were well endowed and you're cute, so I need to see for myself.
You heard it here first.
And the rest is history.
Yeah, and then we dated for a couple... Sorry, my hair. Then we... Speaking of hair, this wig is styled by Julian Hutchison, which we had in episode 4. That's about my wig. Sorry. Little ad, little promo.
Gotta talk about the hair.
I wanted to go on a date with you and we went on a date. It was wonderful in the rain. It was a wonderful day because then we went back home to my place and we watched Black is King.
We watched Black is King. What a good date.
What a good day.
Just like romantic in the rain, Beyonce, everything you need.
Definitely. And then we keep on meeting. But the thing is that I somehow didn't hear that he doesn't want a relationship right now, and
just a little miscommunication, I guess.
We both were like, okay, where is this going? And then, yeah, somehow it's separated again, but it's all fine, and we still love each other.
We do.
But we never have been in a relationship.
We have our own relationship.
Yeah.
It's still beautiful.
Another one. As I was mentioning, we are going to talk about sex work today, and why did I invite you? Tell me.
Because I'm a sex worker. I'm an escort, mainly.
And for all the people outside who don't know what an escort is.
Basically, you can hire me for a date, and then we'll see what goes on. But basically, you buy my time, and then can do whatever. Anyone above the age of 18. Can book me. That's very important. It's basically like a dating app. I have a profile, I have an escort profile, and you can shoot me a message, anything more than just a hi, and then it's like dating.
I hate those people sending like a message like, hi.
Hi.
I'm like,
thank you for nothing.
Yes. How are you? How was your day? What's your name? They send you a message and then they are like, oh, we want to go on a date like tomorrow evening, going for...
Yeah, I mean, there's many different ways. I like to spark a conversation. I like to have it like very, I don't know, I'm a person, you're a person, so we chat a little bit, get to know each other.
So it's not like, hi, do you have time tomorrow? No, it's not like that.
No, I mean, it can be. It definitely can be.
But you want to have a little sense of how you feel with a person.
Exactly, because you might share intimate moments with them, so it's good to check them out. And especially in this case, it's like important to know to like check that out before because we can't be in the moment, and then it's like, oh well, I actually don't want to do anything of the things you want to do. So
because you got booked.
Exactly, because you're paying me. It's my job, so gotta lay it all out.
So you're doing escort. There is a lot of different types of sex work. Can you name some?
I can. Well, escort, of course. Then there's like porn, which I guess everyone knows.
I haven't heard of it.
No, you haven't. Of course not. The polite lady of society would never. There's webcamming, Onlyfans, which everyone probably knows, or like different like camming and like photo websites.
So Onlyfans is a mixture of webcamming and porn, or what is it exactly?
I would say so. I mean, you can definitely do like anything you want on OnlyFans. I got to know OnlyFans from a cooking show.
Yeah.
but pretty much open. I guess it's like a social media, like you just a little bit more open, so you can.
It's so fun because like you're talking about the cooking show, and I was telling you a couple of days ago that I was seeing there's a Frühstücksfernsehen, like a breakfast TV show, and they're always talking about it. Like not always, but like once a week.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, that girl is on OnlyFans, and he's on OnlyFans, and we have someone here, she's on OnlyFans, and I'm like, are you doing promo for OnlyFans? Or I mean, it's great.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely, so people can get used to it somehow and not be like,
oh, that's porn.
Especially parents of young children, they're always like, oh, that's porn, how dare you.
I mean, they're already very iffy about Instagram, so if you have someone just like have their titties out on this kind of open platform. I mean,
but now on Instagram you get blocked, so go on OnlyFans.
Exactly. Come on OnlyFans.
And you can earn money with OnlyFans, can you?
Yes. I think it's like a subscription-based platform, like mainly. I think you can charge for messages, for like all the content you create. Very customizable.
Do you know why is that in America they're like so open with that and everyone is on OnlyFans? Like not everyone, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And in Germany?
I think it's because America just has a very different approach when it comes to sex work in general. I mean, I realized that with escorting as well, that when I go to places like the US or England, that people are just more willing to pay for sex, and there's just more of a culture like that. And then like the same with OnlyFans, which initially in that sense is porn. People are just more willing to spend money on that. Probably also just more rich people that make people flourish on pages like Instagram. Whereas in Germany, we're definitely behind when it comes to being...
With a lot of things.
With a lot of things, definitely. But especially like with paying for sex. We don't have that culture of strip clubs as they have in the US, for example. Yeah. So there's just less people maybe that are aware that things like that exist and that go on there and consume that content.
Yeah, like get used to it.
For sure. It's a job.
Yeah, it's a job since more than 2,000 years. So why is it still illegal? There was such a boom with OnlyFans in 2020. Why is that?
I think there's like a multitude of reasons that kind of came together and created like the perfect start for OnlyFans.
Yeah.
I think for once, obviously, we're in a global pandemic and everyone was like immediately looking at how to make a coin. And then like if you Google like how to easily make money, you are obviously always led to anything related to porn, camming, everything like that, because it's like a seemingly easy way to make money, and OnlyFans just like fell into that niche. It fell into a time where like body positivity is becoming more and more of a topic, and people are becoming more and more comfortable with showing their bodies and with getting a better relationship with their bodies. So it's like a perfect platform, like, oh, I can get more comfortable with myself, I can share my photos, I can feel good, and I can get money for it.
Yeah. It's also great because people tried it and then are like, oh, I like it. It's fun. Great.
And everyone's doing it. So it's like, oh, let's join in.
So it's just like, there's obviously many people who are like, oh, I love it. Yeah. Let's do it. Keep on doing it. I also saw that there's a lot of VIPs on OnlyFans, and I also heard that there was a scandal with one, I think she's an actress. Maybe you know who I'm talking about?
Yeah, I mean, there was a multitude of people, but there was definitely like one person. Basically, she was teasing people with like saying, oh, I'm gonna show nudes, I'm gonna show this and this content on OnlyFans, like everyone come to my OnlyFans, and she got a shitload of subscribers. And then she started like really overcharging for just normal selfies and not delivering the content that she was promising. Oh. Which of course I'm never encouraging anyone to like be forced to show their nudes. Like,
of course, yeah.
You don't have to, but just like that concept of going on this platform that people like sex workers are using to make an income, and that's like their livelihood, and going in there and like drawing away the customers because you're already a millionaire, but you have some time and it's fun, so you're like, oh, I'm gonna do this now.
I'm gonna take some jobs.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. You're taking jobs, you're taking opportunities, and especially in a field of sex work that's already very unstable and where it's just really hard to put your foot down and have people respect that. And it's just really shitty when you just have the celebrity come in and when you just have these people come in that don't need these opportunities.
I mean, you can say your own price. You can say like $10 or $15 a month.
And there's
Think
like a
so?
difference of like a $15 subscription a month, or like you charging like several $100s, $1,000
You did that?
for a picture. You can look it up. It's a good story.
It's a good story. We won't tell you the name, but it's a good story.
Maybe not the time right now. It's long.
Just like
but,
an
yeah.
OnlyFans scandal. You find it out.
You'll find a lot.
What was the moment, like you're coming out to yourself, you want to do sex work?
I want to be a hooker. My Pretty Woman moment.
You said that.
I did, and I can. When I think about it, it was kind of magical. It was like a night. I was like up very late and kind of bored, and I was on a dating app, as the gays are.
Every day, every minute.
It's just what you do. And I'm from a town that we have a lot of businessmen coming through because we have a really big Congress hall, and I lived like right in the city center where all of the hotels were.
Where are you from again?
Hanover. Yeah, so this gentleman texts me and it's like, hey, do you want to come to my hotel and have a good time? So I was like, yes, I'm wild and free. I'm going to go to your hotel. This is not dangerous at all. Yeah, we had a lovely little night. We had great sex. It was nice. And then in the end, he handed me just 250 euros and was like, have a good night. And I went out and I was in the elevator and was like, oh my God, this is so nice. I like this. And then like people kept texting me and like opportunities like that kept happening. And then at some point I just, started like literally just Googling like, hey, has this happened to anyone else? And was like on my little site and was like, hey, does anyone know what is like happening? And then I like got to know like the world of escort and what all of that was, and decided I'm gonna give it a go.
So one sentence we all heard sometimes by our parents were like, you ruin your life if you're doing that with every situation. Even if it's just like, I want to be a musician. You ruin your life.
I actually have to say that I'm very, very, very lucky with my surroundings, with my parents and friends alike. So I've actually never heard that sentence in like a context of any of my social groups. I did hear it a lot from customers for a while.
Really?
Yes.
From customers?
Really, yes.
They were like, I'm booking you, but you're ruining
Exactly. But like, have you thought about it? What if you ever want to become like president or something?
Yeah, you can't be president if you do sex work.
Exactly.
You can.
Look up Cicciolina.
You can look up who?
Cicciolina. It's like an Italian politician and porn star.
Oh.
Yeah, she's great. My mom is very liberal in general.
Yeah.
So we had the conversation actually around Christmas last year. For the first time, I was like, "Hey, mom, this is what I do for a living, just so you know." And she was really, really good. She was just like, do you like it? Are you doing it because you like it and not just for the money? Are you safe? And then she was just like, okay, tell me all the stories.
Nice.
Like, she was very, very good. And my friends are also amazing. But I wouldn't, like, I'm very careful about what people I let into my life. So I pre-select and I choose who I tell what I do and like who I can trust.
And you!
You're the one. But yeah, I've definitely heard it from other people, and that's the question that everyone knows. Like,
I mean, it's a hard thing to say that. Who are you to judge someone because of his?
Because you wouldn't say that about any other job. Like, I guess it's also a lot because of that stigma that sex work has, that it's this forced thing and that's definitely a part of sex work, and that's something we have to be aware of, that there's a very, very dark part about it, and there's people that are being trafficked, that are people that are being forced into it.
Yes.
But that's not all it is, and we have to separate that, and we have to start having an awareness that sex work can be a career that you choose and that you love, and it can be unsafe. Everything can be unsafe. You can slice your hand off when you're at a supermarket till, I don't know.
I can take pictures of someone and he could be a killer.
Exactly, you never know.
Yeah.
Like, it's the same as going on a regular date, but we just gotta have this awareness that yes, these things can happen, but this is a career and everything else is separated from that, and we gotta be aware, we gotta educate, but we can't judge just because there's like a preconceived notion that we have that we can't let go of.
So would you say your mom is sex positive?
I would say so. It's very simple. I think sex positivity just means that you don't judge other people for what their sexual preferences is, for how they choose to express their sexuality. Like, as long as it's in a space with consent and everyone is comfortable with what they're doing, as long as everyone's happy and consenting and we're keeping within the boundaries of law or whatever, then that's good. And like, just accepting that and being open to that, no matter if you like it, just keeping your opinion for yourself and just being like, hey, you do you, that's all fine.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. It doesn't mean you want to have sex always. Like,
exactly, no,
many
not at
people
all.
think like, oh, I'm sex positive, so you want to have sex with me? And I'm like, that's not what sex positivity means.
Not at all. Acceptance, that's what we need to learn, people.
For the sex positivity, the mindset of the people has to change somehow. But what else also has to change regarding sex work with the mindset of the people?
Well, first of all, we have to accept it as a job. That's like the first part. Like we have to accept this is a career, this is a field of work that entails many different things. Of course, the sex positivity has to come in. Like we also just have to learn as a society to be able to talk about sex, to have sex be a normal thing in all of its forms, creating like this safety from like a government standpoint, from a societal standpoint, and
Taxes.
Exactly, not because that's like something that also makes sex work really hard, is that if you're in a country where you can do it in a way where you're like, okay, I'm gonna register, I'm gonna do this properly, then they're like, okay, but you're gonna pay hefty taxes on it, and you have to do it in like a certain space, and you're getting like a proper whore pass, like an ID, like all of these things, like
wow.
we just have to regulate it properly.
A whore pass?
Basically, like a whore pass, that you have to be like to your clients, like, hey, I'm a registered hooker. Because of course a lot of people want to keep it secret that they're employing a sex worker, that they're watching porn or whatever, and that's totally fine.
Yeah.
But we just have to create a space for the sex workers where they can make a proper living out of it, and where they can feel safe, so that you can just do it in a safe and proper way for yourself.
So safety is the most important thing.
Definitely.
First.
Normalizing sex. Yeah.
I hate the word normal, but yes.
Yeah, but in this case, yeah.
In this case, yes.
And maybe not normalizing, but putting it at the level where everything else is. Like, you can be a lawyer or a porn star, and that's equally fine.
Or a lawyer and a porn star.
Or a lawyer and a porn star.
Yeah,
oh my god, perfect. Be your own attorney.
This is a new TV show.
You gotta do it. Gotta do it. I see you in that role.
Imagine you're going on a date with a guy you met on a dating app. What does your perfect evening look like?
Very traditional movie-like. I like just going for a little walk, having a nice dinner, having good conversation. First date is like really good to just have like silly conversations and like.
I'm frustrated right now because we had all of this.
I'm sorry. It's just how life goes. We did them.
And how would a perfect evening look like as an escort?
Similar, definitely also the conversation part.
Yeah.
And just like kind of feeling each other's vibe, kind of talking, getting to know each other. And then it also depends on what kind of an escort date it is, because there's like so many different types. Like I kind of like the boyfriend experience, like relationship experience, where you just, maybe spend a day or spend the evening and just have like a normal date, and then maybe have great sex or whatever you choose to do. Just a very good date.
Did that already happen?
Experience. Yes.
And you came home and you were like, that was a perfect evening.
Yeah, I do have that.
Oh, it's wonderful.
Yeah, which that's like also why I'm still doing this, and why I love it so much, because I have these moments a lot where I just come home and I just sit down and I'm like, oh my god, I fucking love this. This is so good.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Great. So if anyone wants to contact you, you don't have Instagram anymore. You
I don't
deleted
have
it.
anything off the grid.
So here's his phone number. No. Just on the escort pages.
Just on the escort pages, you can just scroll and try to find me.
Try to find him. But follow me, follow Taimi app, subscribe, and watch all the previous episodes. Yeah, and this was episode 5. I'm really happy to have you here, and I can't
so
wait.
lovely to be with you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And we're gonna
So
see you
lovely.
soon. Bye!
Bye.